For you, it's about reshaping your view on money. I haven't spoken about money before. Money's not really real. How do I explain this? It's an extension, it's a tool, right? And it actually means something energetically different for each person. So it's kind of hard because people will chase the idea of money as like a collective or a uniform kind of entity, right? But there's no power in that, because a lot of people almost sell their soul for it, or they give up everything in the pursuit of, if I just had that, I would be happy, right? But it's actually what money represents. And so I think you've got to work out what it represents, because I think you're chasing an old platform that is not really true anymore. Maybe once upon a time. So maybe I'll tell you my story, and then somehow you might then get an idea of what I'm talking about, right? Took me a while to work this out. So money is an extension of who I am. And when I live in alignment to my divinity and I'm really stepping into my truth and that kind of heightened place, it's almost like I will create what I'm meant to. And in doing that, an extension of that will be money. I won't really have to worry about it, right? It's an extension. So for a long time doing entity work, I actually wasn't safe. And for me, that meant I was really disempowered. I wasn't in my full power because I had the potential to work in the highest levels, right? And as I progressed, and then my safety was no longer an issue, money meant safety to me. So when I became safe, I didn't really have to worry about that anymore, right? And then now money actually shifted and changed for me, that it means power. The more that I step into my power, the more that I would attract it. I don't even have to worry about it. I just step into that. My husband, his whole life, he's chased power for money, but he's kind of stepped out of his power for it, right? And then once he kind of did that inner healing and really stepped into himself, now it's like it's just an extension. It's like it's kind of just there, and it's not the forefront of doing everything for the money. So I see a lot of people in business, they sell their, they create business because they want freedom, right? But they give up all their freedom to do it. And so it depends on what the energetics would mean. It's not really an external thing. You'll be thinking that money buys you time. Here you go. Money will buy you time. But realistically, it's almost like there'll be a place that you're not stepping into in self. There'll be like a deeper underlying fear that needs to get resolved in order to go, I am safe, I do have enough, or whatever it is, and shift that so you can energetically almost realign to that new paradigm as being said to me. I know it might sound a wee bit vague what I'm saying, but it's almost like you have to go away and experience some of these things and feel into it. And I feel like you've got some restrictions in your right side of your lungs. So your right would be kind of that more masculine in doing. Yeah. It's kind of like, what have I given up in the process? So it's kind of like these other questions here, right? So therefore, money brings me energy. That's what I'm hearing, right? But you're literally giving away your energy to get the money, right? So therefore, you have to kind of re-regulate and go, how do I recover my energy? Because if I had the energy, things would flow. Does that make sense, what I just said?
It does.
Because I know it well. And like doing what I do and hearing the amount of information in my head, believe me, it's a real fine line to walk between sanity and insanity. And there's been times that I have really walked a very fine line. And now I'm more aware of it. I could still cross the line, believe you me, I could. And so when I note this place in myself, I have to go, that's it, quiet. I'm now not talking. I'm not talking in my mind, because it's so easy to constantly be asking questions, right? But okay, that's what you're doing. You're giving away your energy. So it takes a lot of energy to get answers through the mind. Like the way that I've got to use my mind when I do massive healing days, oh my goodness, my brain gets depleted. I've got to take supplements for it, and I've got to be really mindful. You're doing this all the time. You're literally just giving up. Here you go, this is it right now. You're giving up your energy for nothing. So money for you represents energy, but you're giving it up at the moment for nothing because you're doing this process continually yourself. You've got to find ways to calm your mind. I think you'd find if you came back to your breath and did this kind of process, because the breath is like about trust and flow. We breathe in, we don't even have to think about it. A breath just comes back out, right? And then, the breath will come back in. There's no thinking about living. There's no over analyzing. Because you know what? There was a long time where I would hear so much information, and it's a bit sad, to be honest, because my kids at one point were like, you're not even here. Even my husband said, it's like you're listening to all these other things. And it was a wee bit sad for me. And it's like I had to go through some of those stages to develop the gifts I've got now. But now I'm in control of them, and I can say that's enough. And it was like I wasn't even being present in my own life. Came a point where I'm like, I've got to now heal myself, because I did so much spiritual healing, so much, right? I still love to channel, still have all my journals, still do that, but I've now adopted more ways that I might go to the gym. And as I exercise with, weights, I can feel stuff shift in my muscles, like I can feel it. And sometimes I'll have a message pop up, but I'm not prompting, probing. I'm kind of allowing this through doing, through physical, through more of these living in my life and engaging with it. But you're giving up your energy for nothing, and then you're expecting to get paid for your energy. It doesn't work out. Okay, so there's your answer.